The Bickersons have retired. As usual, Mrs. Bickerson tosses restlessly, while her husband John, insomniac extraordinary, presents this audible testimony of his constant wakefulness. Listen.
That doesn't sound human. He's got it worked into a regular pattern. Now he's amused. Oh no, John!
What?
Why did you stop laughing? John, wake up! You should be giggling and you're crying. What's the matter with you?
Oh, God, what's the matter, Blanche?
You're not snoring like you usually do. I was just getting used to your whining and giggling, but now you start crying and it throws me off completely.
What are you talking about?
You've got to stop it, John. I've never been so sick in all my life, and you won't let me get a minute's sleep. I don't feel well.
What hurts you, Blanche?
Oh, everything hurts me. Call Dr. Marvin.
No, you don't need Dr. Marvin. I'll take care of you. Just tell me where it hurts.
Oh, it's those darn clams we had tonight. I didn't want to eat them, but you kept insisting.
Well,
you kept telling me clams are healthy.
Well, clams are healthy.
They are not.
Yes, they are, too. Did you ever hear one complain? I ate more than you did, and I feel perfectly horrible. I feel fine. Where does it hurt you?
I think I'm poisoned. My whole body aches, and I've got a terrible shooting pain between my shoulder blades.
Well, just lie still, and I'll fry you some cucumbers and hot root beer.
Fried cucumbers and hot root beer?
Yeah, make a new man out of you.
Oh, you just want to finish me off, that's all?
Oh, Blanche, I'm only going to make a poultice out of it. It draws out the pain. It's a new medical discovery.
What's the matter with an old-fashioned mustard plaster?
Oh, all right. I'll fix you an old-fashioned mustard plaster, then. Where's the bourbon?
Bourbon? What's that for?
Well, to soak the mustard plaster.
Oh, John Bickerson.
Don't worry. I'll scrape the mustard off first. Where's the bottle?
I'm not going to stick any bourbon-soaked plaster on my back.
Blanche, you don't stick it on your back. You hold it over your mouth and squeeze it. Now, just put on the lights, will you?
Oh, I will not. I don't want you to touch me.
I'll bet you're not sick at all. That's what I just thought. You just thought this pain up to keep me awake. So why don't you just leave me alone?
I can just hear you saying that to Gloria Gooseby.
Well, why should I say that to Gloria Gooseby?
Well, why indeed? If you were married to Gloria Gooseby, she wouldn't be standing for this nonsense.
Well, I'm not married to her, and she stands for a lot more of my nonsense than you do. What do I care what she stands for? Blanche, I despise Gloria Gooseby, and you know it.
Oh, really? Then why does she keep staring at you like she's hypnotized?
Now, she doesn't stare. It's just that she wears those outlandish dresses, and they bring out her eyes, you know.
Yeah, they bring out your eyes too, John.
Now, look, Blanche, let's make a promise never to mention that woman's name again, okay?
Well, I keep thinking there's something between the two of you.
Well, if I had my way, there wouldn't be anything between us at all.
Well,
I only meant...
Does she mean more to you than I do?
She means even less to me than you do.
Oh, I don't like the way that sounded.
Well, don't go looking for hidden meanings here, Blanche. Now, if you're really sick, I'll do anything you want to make you feel better. But if you feel okay, all I ask is that you let me have a few hours' sleep.
Oh, I did have a little headache before, but now I think I've lost it.
Yeah, it's not lost. I get it over here. Every morning when I go to work, I'm bleary-eyed, and I stumble around the office in a stupor. I don't know how much longer my boss is going to stand for this, Blanche.
Oh, why do you stumble around, John?
Because I don't get enough sleep. I'm completely debilitated. Only last week I failed to pass the insurance examination.
Well, was it the same examination you had before?
Well, certainly.
Well, then why didn't you copy the answers off the old policy for crying out loud?
Blanche, it's not the answers they want. They give you a medical checkup, and apparently I'm not such an ideal physical specimen.
Oh, Oh, well, I think you're wonderful. You've got the nicest legs of any man I've ever seen.
Well, I have to agree with him. But I don't think I'm long for this world, Blanche.
Oh, am I responsible for it, John?
No.
I am too. I know I am. John, can I talk to you?
Sure. Go ahead and talk.
Well, I've been thinking, how about, you know, the way we quarrel all the time, and I'm sure we love each other as much as any other married couple,
Yeah.
and I know they must have their little arguments, and maybe more than... And, John!
What?
You said I could talk to you.
Well, am I stopping you?
I want you to listen.
Oh, well,
Oh, I know. I didn't know your health was bad, and I'm worried. If anything happened to you, I'd blame myself for not taking the proper precautions.
yeah. Right.
You know what I think?
No. What do you think, Blanche?
I think you ought to make out a will, John.
Make out a will? I thought you were worried about me.
Well, you don't have to leave me at the mercy of all those grasping relatives of yours, do you? I mean, the minute you drop dead...
Blanche, don't talk like that. Can't you just say passed on or something like that?
You always say drop dead.
Well, that's only when I'm talking to your brother Amos. You should be a little more delicate when you're discussing wills.
Why?
Well, because you make it sound like I'm going to go any minute here.
Well, they don't give you a 2-week notice, you know. You just told me you couldn't get any more insurance.
Oh, well, no, I can get all the insurance I want.
I don't care. You should still make out a will just the same.
Okay. I'll make it out tomorrow.
Yeah, you say it, but you won't do it. Get up and do it right now.
What?
Go on, get up and make out a will.
Are you out of your mind? Blanche, in the first place, a will isn't legal unless you have 2 witnesses. And in the second place, I haven't got anything to leave in the first place. Unless you're thinking of that phony stock that your thieving brother sold to me.
What phony stock?
You know, those 500 shares of Kentucky saltpeter. They're not worth the paper they're written on, and nobody's going to take anything, and I don't need a will.
No. You're the most stubborn man that ever lived, John.
Why? Tell me, why am I stubborn?
It's the hardest thing in the world to make you admit I'm right when you know I'm wrong.
Now there's a woman logic for you. Suppose I do make out a will and nobody can touch anything except you. Okay, now, you've got all my worldly goods. Next thing you know, you get over your grief and you marry a guy without $1 to his name, and like that broken-down snore specialist that you see Dr. Marvin.
I'm not going to marry anybody.
He'll give you his practice and he'll take you for every penny. My hard-earned money, the little possessions that I slaved for years. He'll drive my brand-new car. He'll drink my bourbon and probably loaf around like a prince.
John!
Why don't you make the bum get a job, Blanche?
For heaven's sakes, John, what's gotten into you?
Well, why did you start all this talk about wills?
Well, I'll tell you. Amos just got a job as a notary public.
Amos?
And he gets $2 for every seal he puts on a will.
Yeah, I knew he was at the bottom of it, that chiseling conniving...
There's nothing wrong with my brother Amos.
No?
No, and you're just jealous because he thinks up ways to make a living without doing any work.
Yep.
And all it takes is a little brain.
Well, nobody's got littler brains than Amos. He's the cause of 90% of our fights, Blanche. Did you know that? 90%.
Go to sleep.
Ha! Yeah, right. Go to sleep, she tells me. Practically coaxes me into a funeral, gets her brother to seal my will, keeps me up half the night with Gloria Gooseby and clams. Now she tells me, go to sleep. Well, I can't sleep. I never sleep another wink as long as... Hello? Phone's dead. Phone's dead and it's leaking.
Put down that bottle of bourbon. I'll get the phone. I wonder who's calling. Oh, my leg. Put the lights on.
Blanche, the lights are on. Take off those stupid blinders you're wearing.
Oh. Hello? What do you want, Amos? No, he won't even talk about it. Really? Okay. Hold on a second. John.
Huh?
Amos said he drew up his will today and left everything he has in this world to you.
Really? Well, tell him I don't want her.
Amos, John says he's very pleased. Sure. I'll talk to him tomorrow. What's that? You're kidding. Okay. Hold on. John! John!
Yeah?
An old lady died and they found $100,000 sewed into a secret compartment in her lower rear part of the dress.
Now, that's a lot of money to leave behind.
Amos, he said... Oh, you heard him. Well, don't come by tomorrow until I call you. Right. Good night, Amos. Oh, dear. John!
What, Blanche?
I've got that shooting pain between my shoulder blades again.
Oh. All right, let's have a look. Show me where.
It's right here. It must be my arthritis or neuralgia. It hits me like a knife. What is it, John?
Well, it's just the price tag on your nightgown. Here.
No wonder my back was hurting.
Holy smokes, $98.50? Is that what that nightgown cost me?
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I just bought it this morning.
Oh, my God. What in the...
What's the matter, John?
Now my back is hurting. Good night, Blanche.
Oh, let me look. You got a tag in your jammies, too.